African music stars from Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Morocco and several other countries converged on Accra, the Ghanaian capital, as the organizers of the All African Music Awards, AFRIMA, unveiled the 2018 calendar. We'd like to warn our sensitive viewers to please be mindful of flash photography.
A constellation of African stars converged in Accra, Ghana, as the All-African Music Awards, AFRIMA, in conjunction with the African Union Commission, continued its African Renaissance quest through culture and music with an introduction of the 2018 AFRIMA calendar themed Africa is Music, Music is Africa.
Music is part of the ecosystem of the African continent. Historically, even before the slave trade, even during the slave trade era, music was a tool for communication, for inspiration, for motivation of our people. You understand? So music has been part of our spheres and stages of humanity, in addition to Africa as a continent. And it's a powerful tool, like love, like fire. You understand? So for us, it's a welcome development that we are using our music to unite the people of the continent. We are using music to tell our own story, authentic, original story of Africa. And we are very glad that the people of the continent have embraced the AFRIMA. A testament to that fact was even the endorsement we did from President of Ghana.
Although the awards night, typical of many high-flying galas, is usually characterized by red carpet, paparazzi and all, the gathering here is more business-like as practitioners speak on some of the industry's issues.
Over the years, I've known that, we don't lack talents.
Nigerian music industry towers above the music industry from other African countries, and in recent times, its Afro influences have been gaining a lot of international attention, which now puts it in a big brother role for other African countries.
Yeah, there's pressure on Nigerian artists, definitely, because there's more, I think, just generally more is expected, because there's just a lot of us. Our industry is very saturated. Our industry is there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of high energy, so naturally there's a lot of pressure. But I think, generally, same standard generally should be expected of everyone and every artist in Africa, and everyone should strive to bring their A game.
Other African stars, including Stanley Enao from Cameroon and Victoria Kimani from Kenya, are using their connection with the Nigerian superstars to inspire their own local industry.
And I believe that it's just working super hard, having a management team that has a vision. But like they say, own your home first before you own another territory, you know what I mean? Don't forget that Ghana and Nigeria are neighboring countries first, so it's a little bit different, the situation. Those are sister countries some way, somehow. So what I'm trying to say is, I believe that artists like myself or of my kind or from where I come from just have to try as much as possible, work and collaborate so that you can do cross promotion. That's how Africa has to keep going. The Pan-Africanism in music as well.
When I see a concert in Nigeria, it's like an all Nigerian lineup, and they celebrate their own as if they're bigger than Chris Brown, bigger than Migos, bigger than whoever came from internationally. I want to take that home and implement that exact thing to Kenya. I feel like in Kenya, what would be nice is more collaborations, which is already happening. There's a lot of Nigerian artists collaborating. But if we can just actually look at what's going on in the industry in Nigeria and implement those exact changes and things at home, then we're going to grow. And again, it's up to us to do it for ourselves, because no one did it for Nigeria. Nigeria did it for themselves. And it took a long time, but look where they are today. And so we can actually get there. It's just a little bit more time.
The African Union Commission in 2006, AU, presented a Charter for African Cultural Renaissance, a structure that would help modernize the copyright operations within the music realm in Africa. Although the charter is yet to be ratified, Moroccan artist Ahmed Sultan, who has collaborated with African artists from across Africa, is confident that the African music market is unique.
The thing is, in Africa, the thing is, like when I started in Morocco, the music is totally free. You put out music and then you let the people decide. There's no boxes. So when I started to do my music, I saw that people who reacted the most were people from West Africa, from Senegal, Ivory Coast, and I started to do that in English, in Arabic, in Amazigh, it's a North African language, and a couple of French. So, and I immediately got a lot of exposure from medias in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Kenya, and I started to work with artists like Sound Sultan. I got Waje, I got Femi Kuti. I also worked with a lot of guys from the US like Neo and stuff. But the main thing was to focus on promoting my music across the continent, because look at the Afrobeats movement now. Look at the African music worldwide. Everybody's doing Afrobeat now. So thank God I was in the place 15 years ago, and I'm still doing my stuff. And people who you know, I connected with you guys, with a lot of legends, African legends, and that's the most important thing.
And from Benin Republic, Zainab Habib, who's also a past winner of the AFRIMA prize, highlights some gender stereotypes that exist within the showbiz world.
People used to judge women like she's doing music, she's not serious. So this is the first challenge we're facing. And now the second challenge is, if you are making your music, you have to do a very nice career. You have to invest on what you're doing. You have to work hard. You have to work hard to be there. You know, as you're telling me, if we need to work hard to become, yes, of course. Because you see the men's, the way they are working, sharp. When they do something, it quickly go. But for the woman, she have to make many more effort. But if she's talented, she have a nice voice and a very nice way of living, she won everything.
The conversation continues as AFRIMA gets set to host different conferences across different African countries.